My dad was a documentarian. He would just carry around his little Sony DV cam everywhere. I'm pretty sure he was the only one recording in the studio. and we don't have a lot of early footage because if you think about it, the cameras back in the 70s and 80s were like the sizes of briefcases. So you couldn't discreetly just have this big camera with a huge battery pack in the studio. That didn't work. So I think it wasn't until that the cameras started getting smaller that my dad carried them around more frequently. And that's why we have all this 80s and 90s, 2000s footage. Oh my gosh, I love it. We have friends from Japan here. Hello. Okay, my friends from Japan. Did you see, I'll have to post that clip on its own, but did you see the concert where Steely Dan, did you see that concert clip of Steely Dan in Japan? Can we please talk about your audience? Your audience in Japan was amazing. Amazing. Everybody was up. Everybody was dancing. Like it was like the biggest rock concert they've ever been to. There was nobody in their seats. And then when they ended, it's like you didn't want them to go. The energy at the concert in Japan was so much fun to watch. Gary Goodman says, do you know if Donald and Walter ever recorded studio versions of Wet Side Story? That might be West Side Story and Cash Only Island. You know, I don't know those titles, so that might be a question for actually, I don't know. That might be a question for Elliot Shiner. You are still the little girl in the home video. Jim and Don Cutler, thanks for so much. Yes, my dad had a camera in his hand all of the time. Ken Turgan, hello from London. Great job. Thank you so much. Your second arrangement video gave me the chills. Beautiful. Sean James, 2 first names. Sean James, do you have 2 first names? Sean James. Thank you. I threw that video together. It was really organic and it came from a really personal place because I think I mentioned in the description, ironically, what was going on in my personal life ended up being what was sung about in the second arrangement. I was going through a divorce. I had to move. My stuff was in bags. And then I threw in that footage of Dad. Like, wow, y'all. That video gave me chills. Once I just kind of threw all this footage in there. And I did it really quick because I wanted to get that stuff, the DAT up there for you and the cassette tape. So I put that together fairly quickly once I made the decision that that's what we needed to do. But thanks, because that came from a really personal place. So I'm really happy that you appreciated it. So thanks for saying something. Looking good. Sounds great. Okay. Give it a think. Thank you. Great. Because I have some stuff coming up and I have to make sure I sound all right. Oof. Look, I apologize. I have to say I'm sorry to my audiophiles for not taking the time to denoise my home videos from the 90s. That is not my strong suit. If I had to do tech on it, you would never see them. It would just take too much time. So I'm just uploading. And so I'm happy y'all appreciate that because I can actually get stuff up without having to think about how to make it perfect. Because look, I am my father's daughter. And if my dad was in charge, this stuff would take a lot longer because it would be sounding great and whatever. Thank goodness y'all don't mind. So I appreciate you liking the rough stuff I'm throwing up there. Big Apple, Danval, the Danval. Yes, the Danval. Glad I'm able to catch this stream. Love the cool footage uploads. The Dan Vault, I love what you've been doing with the uploads. We have some friends in the chat that have been finding the little Easter eggs through my like hour and a half long videos that I threw up, which I think is actually great. I'm having a good time just putting the whole hour and a half up and seeing if you guys can find the gems, which you have. The Dan Vault has put together some really fun stuff to watch. Y'all have been cracking me up. Keep it up. It's also interesting to guess how they actually ended the song when recording. Okay, so great. Factoid. Ooh, Bushy Pop. Bushy Pop has a factoid. The video by your father shooting out of a hotel window is in Nagoya, Japan, based on the hotel across the way. Okay, Bushy Pop. Thank you. That's a great factoid. Because, yeah, I mean, feel free to comment factoids in the chats. If y'all pick up something from the videos I'm posting, I will gladly add that to the description. Because it is a lot of like guesswork at this point. The only thing I have from these tapes is what my dad wrote on the tape, which was most of the time of the year, and like the major things like Maui, Nashville, 1988. That's all that would be on the tape. Japan, Y2K. That's it. So I appreciate the factoids. So we've been here for about 30 minutes. I just did a random stream. I'm going to put, I just did a random stream because it's like riding a bike. Like I want to make sure that all my stuff is working for when we have guests. And also for these exciting podcasts I'm doing this week, which I'll share the information with you. You know what? Let me put my Discord in the chat. I know I have an email newsletter going on that I can email updates. But for those of you who are also on Discord, I find that's an easy way to just kind of chat really quick, like, hey, this is happening. Oh, look, I have a puppy. Hi, honey. So let me put the link to my Discord in the chat. I think it's also in my link tree, but let's see. Here's the Discord. If any of you use Discord, that is my own personal channel. We're also having a lot of fun in the Dan Fans Discord. I can also post on Facebook on my dad's like page, but to be honest, Facebook kind of throttles stuff, so I've been a little disheartened with using Facebook. Facebook will hide posts when you're trying to promote something, unless you pay for it to be boosted. Not a lot of people are seeing it, so Discord is a good way for us to just share information without any of like the social media aspect. It's pretty archaic, but it's a good way to communicate. Oh, everyone hits the notifications button on YouTube, you'll get notified. Okay, that's a good way. Yes, get notified for my random streams. I love it. I love it. Hopefully in the future, I'll have a little more of a plan and an organized time so we can make it a big deal. Like when there's a guest, or I'm going to be doing a cross stream with my friend from Adobe, my dad's protege, who helped us put together the Windows sample pack. And like I said, I have a few of you all out in the Dan world that I want to bring on to talk about your efforts in archiving the second arrangement. I have some new friends that created a AI Donald Fagen. Look, the world is wild right now. And I think it's great. I think it's great. The technology, it's coming. It's coming. And my dad was always on the bleeding edge. He called himself 5 milliseconds ahead of his time. That's what he really, really loved to say, that he was always 5 milliseconds ahead of his time. See, we all just have to embrace the technology and use it as tools, which is he did. Steve Priest, it's way past your bedtime. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing the archive. So amazing. I love it. I love that you love it. Because of all of the excitement, I am motivated to share as much as I can with you. Let's see if I have something fun today. I think we'll save it for when I'm more organized. I say, let's just end on another song from Asia. Because, like I said earlier, Universal Music will let us play Steely Dan and we'll keep this YouTube up. Warner Music gets really mad and they're like, no, and they take it down. Not that it matters. I mean, I could just mute that part of it, but for future reference, that's why you actually don't see anything from Gaucho or the Nightfly on social media. You can never use it. So unless you all have any more questions for me today, I just wanted to, like I said, pop on, check some of my tech. I think my audio is sounding better. I would love to have guests, but I won't spring that on any of you all at the moment. Let's see if I can leave you. Let's see if I can leave you with any little fun thing. Little fun nugget. Let's see what I can leave you with. I think my dog has to use the restroom. She's being very sweet. Let's see. Let's see if I can leave you with something fun today. Oh, this is good. My poor doggy has to use the restroom. The Dan Vault. Have you talked to Donald at all recently? I have not. I would love to, actually. The numbers that I have, I think, are old and disconnected. I tried to email him and it bounced back. I reached out to a few people in his circle and they would not, understandably, give me his phone number. So I have not talked to him recently. I have talked to Gary Katz recently. I have talked to Elliot Shiner recently. But yeah, no, I haven't talked to Donald. I saw him on a YouTube chat like 9 months ago, so maybe we could get him on to chat. That would be great. I'd love to talk to Donald. Bushy Pop, where did your father study nuclear engineering? So my dad studied nuclear engineering. I think it was a college in the Pacific Northwest, Washington or something. And then he worked at San Onofre. He actually opened San Onofre. He opened the San Onofre power plant just north of San Diego. And he would work at the power plant all day and then work in the studio all night. He told me a few times, I think he worked for 36 hours straight once, where he had to work all day, Steely Dan session all night, and then go back to work at the power plant. So he definitely had one of those lives where, like many of us, you just have to keep a couple things juggling until the one thing that you really want to do turns into the full-time gig. This is a fun clip of my dad, and that was really thoughtful, cool way to point out the fade out, lets us down easy in the silence after the song, gives it really like the way you think. Oh, thank you, Sean James. Thank you. Thanks. This is why I'm excited to have some of you on the stream as well. Get on my Discord if you want and let me know, and we can set up some times if you want to chat about it. I've had some interest in, so look. Hi from Tampa. Yukaya's guitar solos. Actually, before I play any more videos and share screen, I think my dog really has to go to the bathroom. So maybe I'll just answer a couple more things and then we'll cut it for today because it's 4th of July. Yay. I hope you all are having your yacht rocky kind of days and having some yacht rock time by the pool. But I actually forgot what I was saying. You grew up in an incredibly rich music environment. Are you a musician yourself? Oh, and this is what I was going to say about come on. You want to come here? You want to come here? I think this is my dog Zuul. I think Zuul has to go to the bathroom. So we'll just talk for a couple more minutes and then I'll take poor Zuul out to the bathroom. So, are you a musician yourself? So, short answer is no. But also, at the moment, I'm a sound therapist. So while I am not a musician, look, my poor dad, he really did try. I said, I love the bass guitar. And then he got me a bass guitar and he got me a bass amp and he got me bass lessons and I just couldn't stick with it. And I was like, I love the guitar. And they got me guitar and piano lessons. I love making music on the fly. I'll improv a song from the heart, but I am not a musician. I am not a classically trained musician. I was more of an entertainer, comedian, dancer, actor type who loved engaging with people. And I was employed in the events and marketing world for a while. I worked in health and wellness. And I actually really got into health and wellness when my dad got sick and diagnosed with, cancer. I actually got even more involved in health and wellness and trying to help him. And that kind of put me on my own quest. I studied international relations at USC and I went to China. I studied Mandarin. I loved Beijing. I actually found out my dad was sick when I was in Beijing and I went on a mission to find out some remedies they used for people that were fighting cancer, and they sent me home with reishi mushrooms. So I'm a big fan of health and wellness. And so, sorry that's a long-winded answer to I'm not a musician, but I have been using sound therapeutically. And I think that's really beautiful based on how I was raised. So I'm kind of interested to see where that goes. I've actually been really into vibrational medicine. I have a sound table where you play certain frequencies. And it's kind of like a massage for your nervous system. I have sound bowls. I do sound baths. And I'm really big into herbal medicine. I've been sober for 21 years. Yes, Bushy Pop. San Onofre Power Plant is visible from the I-5 freeway. Does anybody remember Naked Gun where he says, "Everywhere I look, I think of her," and then it pans to the San Onofre Power Plant? That was a good moment. There's still time. Learn an instrument. Okay, do sound bowls count? Playing sound bowls. Am I a percussionist now? Actually, am I a percussionist? I have sound bowls, Canary chimes, Tibetan bowls. Zuul is super cool. Yes, she's my schnoodle. She's the love of my life. Hi from Philly. Yes, there is no Dana, only Zuul. So let's wrap it up. I would love to take us out with another song from Asia. And join my Discord if you can, but put the notifications on if you want to see the next time I go live. This was a little impromptu. I wanted to play some music. Thank you all. And answer some questions. Next stream, I'm hoping to have some guests and organize the timing a little more. But thank you for those who just jumped on. Thank you. I hope you're having a safe holiday weekend. And yeah, let's take us out with a jam. Let's take the stream out with the funky. You're listening to Radio Cimcie. And here we go.